Right, we'll go up, back, off path. Wow, that is soft. Sorry about the jolting. Wow, that is really soft ground. And it's been quite dry for a long time. Well, soggy. Okay, I'm gonna go this way. Hi, thanks for joining me. I have got a video called Dehypnotizing Your Mind. It was part of a longer video, but the footage got corrupted, so that won't see the light of day. But one of the important spiritual things is to remember that you know nothing, and that way you can learn stuff. Now, the reason I say dehypnotize your mind is because when you're told stuff again and again, however true or not true it may be, it's appreciate that sunlight coming through for a while, just as the plane goes across. Oh, look at that bit there. I've forgotten where I was. But it's crucial because the way magnetism works is to stroke a magnet along a metal, an iron-based object in the same direction, and eventually you'll magnetize it. So if you have things being repeated again and again and again and again and again, you believe them. And I think it's really important at the stage the world is in at the moment, because there's a spiritual war going on. Even if you're not aware of it, it's going on. Believe me, it is really going on. But it's really important to keep an open mind and remember that you know nothing. So I've been looking into some things, and it's quite strange that the whole lot is connected to everything I do with my life and that I'm interested in, which is also very strangely coincidental. When these things happen, it does make you feel a bit odd. Like, what? That's everything that I do in my life. Anyway, I'm not going to go into details about that. I would love to, but I can't. I've just seen a beautiful arch, look at that. And a littler one next to it. Because if you don't question stuff, then you perpetuate falsehoods. I'll give you an example of one of the falsehoods and the way it's done, and people not speaking the truth. It's all in our nature. When it's not in our nature, we've been trained to do it. Like people say, you know, oh yeah, they slept together. Well, what that means is, what they mean by that is that they've had sex. Whereas if I say I slept with them, that's what I mean. I would mean I slept with them. If I'd had sex with them, I would say I've had sex with them. So there's all this kind of euphemisms that people use to describe stuff. But sometimes these euphemisms have come from disguising the truth. So I just kind of want to urge you to empty out everything you know from your mind when you come across new stuff, because cognitive dissonance keeps us all stuck and perpetuating the same rubbish. Because I know, having been to festivals before they were ruined by commercialisation, which was the plan. Everything that is good gets ruined by commercialisation and licenses and all the greedy organisations wanting their cut. But if you've been to a festival, like I have, one that's more of a free festival, you will have experienced the actual togetherness, the oneness, the people helping each other out, the barriers not being dropped. It's a strange thing to describe, where people kind of contribute what they can and do what they can. It is really strange when you have when you're outside of the law, in some sense, how people actually behave. See, because there is this thing that, if there's no laws and no police, then people will become criminals. But that's not people's natural state. People's natural state is to be nice and help each other. That's their natural state. And it gets twisted by those who gain from there being conflict. Because if everyone's together and helps each other, you don't just create 1 + 1, you create something far bigger than just 1 + 1 = 2. You make 1 + 1 = infinite consciousness. But, don't take my word for it, because that's not what I'm trying to do with this, with my channel. I'm trying to urge people to seek their own information and not believe what's been told. Not believe what they've been told. I'm going to stop here because there's some people, so I might go back the other way. Just because. See, because when everyone is united and helping each other, you can't break that down. You can only break that down by infiltrating and creating conflicts. Creating conflicts that may not exist. But you make them exist by creating them. That's why I don't have anything about, well, let's put it a different way. Everyone's welcome on my channel. Obviously the people who disrespect others, and but what I mean is, it's like, I don't care what you do or what you're into or how you label yourself. That I don't care. I don't see that. I see energy. So if you come from the heart and a place that is true, then I read that energy. That's what I read. because it doesn't lie. It doesn't lie over the internet, it doesn't lie in person, it doesn't lie over the phone, it doesn't lie through any way, because it is what it is. There is no space between us. There is only electromagnetic energy. That's what's between us, energy. What's the air? Apparently it's all atoms and molecules. What's all that? Energy. Anyway, just some thoughts. Oh, this is quite soggy. I wasn't expecting it to get as soggy as this. We haven't had that much rain. Because there are things that we think we know that actually don't make sense. So if I can go back to what I spoke about to do with time and astrology. I mean, I know that astrology isn't rubbish because that's what a clock is. See, if we disrupt the clock, we get dissonance. And I can explain that by playing a couple of chords on the guitar. One that's in tune and one that's slightly out. And you can tell the difference because they jar. But if we were to have a proper world, you've got to ignore this thing of work, because that's what keeps it in the way. Like, if you take the clock of the planets, because the sun and the moon just keep doing the same thing regularly, which is why people say many happy returns, because the sun returns to the same point it was when you were born, pretty much on your birthday. But these stars, they change position every 3.56 minutes, or sorry, 3 minutes and 56 seconds. That's what the sky changes, which is why we add that on and make a leap year day. That's what it is. But it's out of place. Now if you look at the zodiac, 12 signs of 30 degrees is 360. Yeah, that's right, isn't it? If I just done my maths wrong. 512. Damn. 30 times 12 is 300. Yeah, 360. Yeah. So you have a year, 360. Now, I don't know. Now I've thrown myself, haven't I? There's 365 days in a year. But that's because years are slightly out. I hate it when I do that. It made sense to me before. Oh no, sorry, it's the moon, isn't it? Look at that. That's right, it's the moon. That's what makes the time, because it does 13 cycles of 28 days, isn't it? I'm going to have to do some maths for this. But, you know, like I was saying, you know, if you have a chord and you just make it slightly out, you have dissonance. You know, like, I wonder if well, I've heard, I don't know how true it is, but I've heard that electricity is at a frequency that's not harmonious to us. So you can imagine, you know, if you've got stuff that's slightly out, it stops you being in tune. And I do wonder also if, because like I was saying about feeling like something's wrong and this all isn't right, I wonder if that's why we have a whole load of what they call mental health issues or addictions or other forms of dislocation or avoidance or whatever, because on a profound, deep level, we're going to go under. On a profound, deep level, our inner being, our inner selves know that this whole thing, the way we live, is just wrong. And that doesn't compute with what we're told about everything. What we're brainwashed to believe and do, you know? And that creates a conflict when you're doing something that you don't believe. And it's why I've never done what I've been, or what we were trained to do. I just found it weird. I remember being at school and thinking, what? This isn't life. You know, grow up, do your O-levels, do your A-levels, go to university, get a job, get a mortgage, get married, do a pension, die. I was like, what? That's wrong. I'm not going to do that. But what it does mean, if you don't do that, is because people don't like that. Because it means that they then have to question their lives. So they don't like that, so they can spot it, because you can't hide the energy. They can spot it, even if they can't see, obviously. They can feel it, and they know there's something. And that creates cognitive dissonance. So it makes it very hard to get places to live, for example. You know, if you're honest. Because you have to fit all these things. You have to fit credit things and stuff like that. It's like, you know, you can't say, well, I've always paid. Yeah, two forms of stalker. I didn't realise I was being followed there. So I like to give the impression of just being alone, but there you go. I can't go and re-film all that. Because I've no idea what I was saying, because it comes out in a flow. But it's quite regularly the helicopter goes across here, because it's an escarpment, so it's quite easy to follow it. It's an easy landmark to see on the ground for aircraft. But I don't know where I was then. So sorry if I'm making an abrupt end. As the sound's missing from my playback, so I can't play back and hear what I've said until I get home and upload it onto my computer. So that's that out of the window. But I think you get what I'm saying. It's like I have, you know, I don't say, you know. I can't figure out how to put it, so I'm not going to, but I think you understand what I mean. So yeah, welcome to everybody. Thanks for being here. And I hope I make you think and look at things in a different way and open your mind. Because, well, there are people who say that everything you know is a lie, or everything you've been taught is a lie. I don't think they're saying that for no reason. Let's put it that way. So yeah, I think I wanted to say something else, but I hadn't planned to do this video today. I just seemed to have the time to do it. So thanks for watching, and see you next time. Ta-da.